All right, Shalom. For the first, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and to all the Akim across the globe. Pushing the word truth and steady, I want to say Shalom. So I died now from the great millstone camp, Chicago, with another lesson. Tell you, lesson basically going into your environment can affect your spirit. When you're separated from the body and you're in places, or you may be staying, your living situation may not be ideal for you at the moment. A lot of times you gotta fight a little harder to be in the spirit. All right, you gotta things become a little more difficult because where you're at is not conducive for the work, so to speak. And I say that because when you're in a home where you're the only one that's trying to deal with the scriptures, and the people around you are gainsaying or scoffing, it kind of brings your spirit down a little bit, and it makes you have to fight harder, to be in the spirit, doing the sit downs and doing the work becomes can become a little more difficult, so to speak, because the vibration of the of your environment is not what you're used to, as opposed to you living by yourself, and your own home has this has your own spirit on it, the spirit of the Lord on it, and sometimes we can get caught up in the vibration of the environment. You begin to be less laxed or more laxed. You start to put off things and not be a fervent in the spirit. So I'm gonna give a couple of precepts through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and we'll roll into this lesson edifying. So I'm gonna read this, but the point is in 6, I believe. All right, this so like it's 2 Peter 2:4 says, "For the Most High spread out the angels that sinned, cast them down to hell, and deliver them into the chain of darkness to reserve the judgment." All right, and those angels were us. The chain of darkness is in the flesh. In the flesh, we're gonna be subject to the vibration of the world. All right, he said the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak, but the spirit is indeed willing. All right, so we're here, all right, under the sinful flesh until the Lord delivers us, right? And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. All right, that's very that's heavy, man. All right, because the vibration of the world back then, all right, was wickedness, man. Or just like how it was in during the time of Nimrod when they built the Tower of Babel. Okay, and so much more in the days of Noah. Noah prophesied roughly 100 years, preaching to them, condemning them. All right, till the floods came and destroyed all the wickedness out of the world and left only left only Noah and his family. All right, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with the overthrow, making them an example unto those that after this should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For the righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. And that's the point I wanted to make. All right, so we could be in the midst of, because we are in Sodom and Gomorrah, spirit is in Sodom and Egypt here in America, also known as Babylon, all right? And here the men of the Lord are here, they're stuck here, all right? So the Lord delivers, all right? But being here vexes your spirit, okay? Being in a place where wickedness is, where folly is held in great dignity, all right? Where the surely turning things upside down should be seen as the potter's clay. And these things that we're witnessing and being around is vexing for our spirit, man. All right? So yes, we're going to have times where we're going to be very low in the spirit, right? We're going to have to fight harder to get in the spirit and to stay in the spirit. Why? Because the things that are around us are matter of fact, is wicked, man. It says, let's see, world, the world. It says, 1 John 5:9, we know that we are the Most High, the whole world life in wickedness, man. All right? So the children of the Lord are affected by the wickedness of the world. All right? That's why it's important to, in my case, keep my phone on so I can be in contact with the brothers and to be in a vibration of the body, man. Why? Because the whole world is in darkness. And the things that we are accustomed to doing are following the spirit, having godly conversations. Okay? We're in an environment where you're the only one that's trying to deal, and people are scoffing because you constantly in the book or you're constantly watching videos, and that affects your spirit, man. All right? And I'm not, you be some proclaimed tough guy to where, I act like, like there's nothing wrong and all those things, right? All right, where I don't be low in the spirit. I'm low in the spirit sometimes, man. And sometimes more times than others. All right, and a lot of that stuff you get that way because we're in the wrong, or we're in places where that are vexing for us, man. Just like Lot. All right, it said, deliver just Lot vexed with the 50 conversations of the wicked. For the righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds, man. All right. So our environment can vex our souls, man. There's nothing wrong with being vexed. Or there's nothing wrong with being low in the spirit at times, because why? Because we are in the flesh, man. All right. I have some precepts to this, I believe. Let me see. Go down there. Yeah, that was a good one too. I'm gonna get show. It's a whole bunch. All right, this is James, Psalms 119, 136. So rivers of water run down my eyes because they keep not thy law. All right, and we're like a better, we have emotions, man. We have feelings. All right, so when we see transgression and iniquity among our people, all right, when we see our people casting the words of the Lord behind their back, hey, it makes us sorrowful in a way, man, because our people have come so far down, It says, my zeal, verse 139, my zeal is consuming because my enemies have forgotten thy words. And when you us being in the truth, we have an understanding of what the scriptures say. We have the faith of the Lord. All right, we have the words of wisdom given to us by Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and we know where we're supposed to be, as far as spiritually and mentally, all right, physically too. All right, I'm supposed to be ahead of the nations. But guess what? Our people have forgotten and loathed the law of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. So Ezekiel 9:4 says, the Lord said unto me, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right. So Jerusalem is the place. People before the place, and most of us are in neighborhoods and cities and towns where it's dilapidated, it's broken down. All right, the despair, the desperation of the people is low. The vibration of the people is low. All right, so you got the men of the Lord out here who are vexed, man, who are sighing and crying. This is Malachi 3:15 says, and now we call the proud happy, yea, they that work wickedness are set up. Yea, they that tempt the Most High are even delivered. You know, and that's what it is, man. You know, we live in a place where they teach you about pride. They teach you about self-exhortation, self-worship. All right, but nothing seems to happen to these people, man. And guess what? And the Lord is preserving them for the day of judgment, man. All right? And they that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and Yahweh hearkened and heard it. The book of remembrance was written before them, for them that fear the Lord and that thought upon his name. They shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. All right? So we have this truth. All right, we've been woken up by Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, and we have men around us in the camps that keep us in a vibration. Matter of fact, get this in the apocrypha real quick. In Sirach 37:12, it said, but be continually with a godly man whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. You know? And we're not always around godly men. You know, you may go out to barbecues or functions with the family or whatever, at times and stuff, and you hear these carnal conversations, and you tend to get vexed by the actions of these people, man. But when you're around the men of the Lord, it's a lot easier to be in the spirit, because the vibration of the vibration of the place, the environment that you're in, is a spiritual deal. Okay. This is another one real quick. I'm gonna close it out on that. And it was the one that says, let your peace Hold on. The level of peace. Peace return, I think. Let me see. Right. Okay. Matthew 10. All right, let me get that first. Yeah, this is it, right. Come on. The Matthew 10 and 11, it says, into whatever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. All right, and this is when the apostles, the disciples, were getting their mission, getting their commandment to go out there and teach. All right, so when we're out there and we're dealing and we're going to different places, you may have to stay with your aunt, you have to stay with your grandma, or wherever the case it may be. All right, you got to inquire really like who's really dealing in these places, man. Now, every now and again, you might get somebody who wants to hear the truth. Our conversation's always in heavens. You got some people may want to hear the truth, or may have or you may make small talk with them and throw some nuggets out there to see if they bite. All right, that's to see who's worthy of the wisdom of the Lord, because the scripture talk about casting your pearl among swines, man, if they turn and rend you. All right, Matthew 10, 12. When you come into a house, salute it. You go to that word salute. Salute is to draw to oneself, to salute, greet, bid, welcome, wish well to receive joyfully, welcome. All right. So when you go to you go to the somebody's house, you give to the benefit of a doubt. You go in there with not with a negative spirit, but you're going in the spirit of the Lord, man. All right. So when you come to a house, you salute it. If the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not be worthy, let your peace return unto you. All right. Because sometimes you can absolutely feel the negative vibration of a place once you enter into it, man. All right, you get to hear conversations about adultery and homosexuality and straight blasphemy and just straight carnality in the conversation of these people. So those places be not worthy of your blessing or of your peace. Okay. All right. So your environment, yes, is directly related, all right, to the spirit. In a bad environment, that's why a lot of brothers don't let go outside, because it's a bad environment. If the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet, man. All right. When we're in these places where it's difficult to fight in the spirit, everybody fighting against you. They call you Mr. Holy Man and holier than thou, and they're constantly trying to put a negative vibration out on you. All right, because you want to separate yourself. Hey, you depart and shake the dust off your feet, man. Because the Lord is going to bring swift destruction on these places. All right. And the Lord said, if you receive a prophet in the name of a prophet, you receive a prophet's reward. All right. So these places that don't receive the prophets, guess what? They're going to get the reward of sinners, man. All right. So with that, I want to say, call Allah, Yahweh Shemi Al Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Until next time, Shalom.